Now that the gardener is gone, which hopefully he is, welcome back, fellow Lovanions, to part 4 of Sonic Mania. And speaking of gardens, welcome to Press Garden Zone, another original, brand new stage for Sonic Mania. And as far as I hear, I think everybody's favorite stage in this game would not be Act 1 but Act 2 of this stage, and for a very good reason, which I guess we'll discuss a little later in a few minutes. So yeah, now that we collected all the Chaos Emeralds, now we don't have to worry about finding any more special rings. Of course, occasionally I do find some. Like, I go out of my way to find some in hidden areas like that. Yeah, and if you collect the huge ring, then... Well, actually, once you collect the huge ring, when you have all the Chaos Emeralds, then you get a free 50 rings. Which, that is very splendid to have. That guarantees you an automatic super transformation, if you so desire. So yeah, Press Garden Zone. This one is another zone that I like. Just for the music. The music in Act 1 is pretty... I don't know how to describe it. It's weird. It sounds mechanical. Apparently this zone... aesthetically, it's supposed to be like a giant newspaper factory. But at the same time, it's like... well, I guess in the... it gives it away in the name, but... yeah, it's at the same time, it's a garden. Which, that is a... I don't think that's something that a Sonic game has ever done. Well, I think there have been some zones that have garden aesthetics, but not to the effect of having, like, being in a newspaper factory like this one. So again, it's very nice that they included some originality here. If they ever made Sonic Mania 2, which no doubt that they will, I'm really hoping, and this is probably something that everybody has... well, everybody who has played this game has probably have said, but there needs to be one... or, like, Sonic Mania 2, I would love to see, like, just original stages, no nostalgia anywhere. Well, I guess, gameplay-wise, it's probably gonna be full of it, but, you know what I mean. And maybe if it can do, like, for any who have watched my showcase video of Sonic 2 HD, which is another fan game made obviously by the fans of Sonic 2. And it'd be pretty cool to have that type of art style incorporated into, if it is going to be called Sonic Mania 2. But that's not going to happen for, I'd say, a while. This game will be enough to tie us over then. For some people, anyway. You know, this... I'm very glad this game... oh, yeah. Yeah, and this special stage right here, I kind of screwed up. I jumped over one of the red spheres by... or I went through one of the blue spheres by accident. And I was trying to jump over it, but I wasn't fast enough. Anyways, what was I talking about? Crap, now I forgot. But yeah, I'm really hoping that they do make a Sonic Mania 2. Just hopefully not in like a year time. This will be enough for like classic Sonic content. For now, I kind of want to see how they handle the 3D games. I don't know how Sonic Forces are gonna do. I hope it's received well. I kind of kept up with some of the updates that Sega released. And so far it doesn't look too bad. It's probably not going to be like, and not to sound, you know, pessimistic or anything, but it's probably not going to be like the perfect Sonic game. But hopefully it's like at least gameplay wise functional and fun to play. That's my high hopes for Sonic Forces and, you know, future Sonic games. Because I think this is the right step in the right direction for the series. You know, you got classic Sonic games like this, which they're probably gonna make this into like a separate series on its own. And in the meantime, they're like the main Sonic team is going to focus on making the 3D titles. And, you know, Christian Whitehead and his team can make more 2D stuff like this. Yeah. Like I said last part, if you have Super Sonic, then, you know, almost all the bosses in this game can be considered a joke. Literally. I just like that took less than 10 seconds and I finished it. But yeah, that boss can be kind of difficult. If you don't have Super Sonic anyway. Just buzzsaws boxes and stuff. And here's most likely everybody's or every Sonic fan's new favorite sound, or I guess song, is Press Garden Act 2's music. And I do like this track as well. It's pretty... excuse me. I have to catch my breath there as always. But yeah, I like this track a lot. It's pretty tranquil. And it makes sense for like the zone that we're currently playing in. Like we're outside in this peach garden. It's like a Japanese garden. More so. Yeah, I'd say this is one of my favorite levels. Including, like, Studiopolis Act 2. That'd be my other favorite level to play through. Yeah, and it's kind of ironic because some of my favorite levels in this game have to deal with, like, the original content. Not so much with the classic zones. And again, don't get me wrong, I do like what they did to present the classic zones in this game. But again, if they ever made a sequel to this game, Sonic Mania 2, then it would be nice to have that with just original content. No more throwback levels. Considering we just got, like, Generations. Like now, over 5 years ago. Wow. Yeah, it's been... I don't know, it hasn't really felt that long. But yeah, I like Generations as well. Next to Sonic Colors. Like, as my favorite 3D Sonic game in this generation. Don't mind me, just sipping my water. Yeah, and I guess I should explain, like, whenever I get hit, I always, like, transform into Supersonic. Like, even if I don't have a shield, then, you know, automatic transformation for me. Here we go, fighting against another hard-boiled heavy, and he's dead. All you have to do is jump under him. He can freeze you solid, which doesn't hurt you, doesn't take away your rings. That's another gimmick I didn't point out in this zone. Kind of went by too fast. Gotta go fast. That looks like Little Planet and the Metal Sonic from Sonic 4 Episode 2? Yeah, from Sonic 4 Episode 2. And here we go, Stardust Speedway from Sonic CD, and man... T-Lopes, you have done it again. Yeah, I like this Act 1 remix a lot. So yeah, specifically we're in Stardust Speedway's past version. So it's all green and full of, well, I guess it has an ancient Aztec aesthetic to it. Or should I say Aztec? It's more like looking at those buildings in the background. It gives me that vibe that we're in like somewhere in Europe, like Roman, Greek sort of country. Yeah, and they got the I do like that throwback where they bring back the robot generators from CD. Well, and I like the constellations that you could see in the sky. You saw Sonic there. Yeah, and there are some bad nicks that they brought back for this zone, and they introduced some new ones as well. Yeah, unlike Sonic CD, there's like more than one per stage, like robot generators, which released. I think those are some sort of piranha enemies. If you hit them, of course, they'll hurt you, so it's more than obvious to avoid them. Of course, sticking to the rule of doing one of these per zone. I gotta check again if they named or they numbered the zones by act or by zone. They usually mix that up in some Sonic games. If it ain't obvious enough, I am a Sonic fan. Ever since Unleashed, actually. So I'm still a fan of like the classic era, but I more grew up in the like when they first introduced the 3D Sonic games. I think I was born around the time like the first or second Sonic Adventure came out back in '98. Yeah, and Adventure 2 was a good Sonic game. Adventure 1 as well, but I think I might get some hate for this, but I think I like Adventure 2 more than Adventure 1, but besides that, I think I'd rather play either Colors or Generations first before going back to either of the adventure games. And if you're curious about my thoughts on if Sega is ever going to make a Sonic Adventure 3, I'd say never say never. I mean, they might do it eventually, but it's probably not going to be for a very long time. Because I think they said themselves that they're not going to do it until, like, they pull the series or push the series forward, like more so than now. Because it is, and I can understand, you know, it's important to stay original. You don't want to rehash like a lot of gaming concepts, or, you know, not have a lot of sequels to anything. So that's understandable. But it'd be nice to see that come true, like Adventure 3. Yeah, for some reason the Act 1 boss here took a little... It took a short minute to load for some reason. It's basically a giant... I forget what these enemies are called specifically, but they're essentially like Firefly enemies. So yeah, you have to defeat some of the little ones first, then you can attack the big guy, and that's it. Sadly, I didn't have Supersonic there, so I could have finished it off more quickly. Oh, and I like this transition here. You break the generator, past, future, and cue nostalgia boners for Sonic fans, or fans of CD. CD I thought was alright, but it's not really my favorite 2D Sonic game. And for those who don't know, now we're in the present Stardust Speedway. And I do like this mix a lot as well. Not as much as Act 1 though. I think I enjoy listening to Act 1's remix of Stardust Speedway more than Act 2. But again, most of the music featured in this soundtrack as a whole is pretty fantastic to listen to. Yeah, and Speedway is certainly applied here. You know, there's a lot of stars and a lot of speed going through here. And they made the level design a lot more tolerable. Because CD's level design has always been a little bit clunky. Most of the time you weren't really going fast ever, but here they were nice enough to make a speedy level. Yeah, for those different pathways you obviously have to hold a different direction. It'd be pretty hard to find some special rings here. I know I found one like at the very beginning, but still, you know what I mean. It's pretty hard to stop yourself at times. I only found one throughout that entire stage, and that was it. And we destroy that hologram of Metal Sonic, which was also a gimmick in the original Sonic CD. And we face off against none other than Metal Sonic himself. And they they have a excuse me, hang on. Oh, my throat's getting dry. Thankfully, this part's almost done. Yeah, and they have of course, have the remix of the... I believe this is the Japanese version of the Metal Sonic boss theme. So he goes into this, some sort of machine, and he summons, like, these mini Silver Sonics at you. So, he's too high for you to hit, so all you have to do is... the Silver Sonics have, like, a couple of attacks. So one, they can spin dash at you. When they do that, it's best to spin dash at them with your spin dash, so that way you can hit Metal Sonic that way. And I wouldn't recommend transforming into Super Sonic at that point. Oh man, my voice is getting tired. Yeah, you don't want to transform into Super Sonic right there. Mainly because, you know, even though it's nice to be invincible, if you are Super Sonic during that part, it's almost impossible to hit Metal Sonic. Because, yeah, you can still spin dash into the little Silver Sonics, but most of the time they don't hit Metal Sonic himself. So that'd be kind of a waste of your rings there. So you want to save up as many rings as you can until this final phase here. Then you can go crazy. Yeah, the moving wall doesn't really apply here. Wasn't really a threat. Had Super Sonic and easily killed him. I do like that huge Eggman statue in the background. It's all pre-rendered 3D. And that was it for Stardust Speedway and Part 4 of Sonic Mania. So thank you, wonderful Lovanions, for watching. And stay tuned for more hedgehogs and more tales. See you guys then.